But Ryan Zimmerman, about an hour ago, retired from baseball. Had a 17-year-long career, all with the Nationals. Was their first ever draft pick when they moved to DC. He leads franchise records in pretty much any hitting statistic you can think of. Other than like stolen bases, because it's Ryan Zimmerman, he's not stealing any bases. I gotta double check on some of his other accolades, but he's 39th in F4 since 2005, 29th in home runs, and you gotta remember he was also like
incredibly injured all the time.
Like towards the end of his career,
he barely ever played a full season.
The last full season he played was 2017, and that was 144 out of 162 games. Before that was 2013.
That was the first season he moved to first base.
Like, he just was not healthy a lot. He was a 2-time All-Star, won a Gold Glove, 2-time Silver Slugger.
He's only a 2-time All-Star?
Only a 2-time All-Star.
Really?
Yeah. You got to remember, like, most times teams only really get one representative, unless they're, like, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And the Nationals had some pretty good players throughout their years.
They did.
Bryce Harper,
Rendon, Soto, Scherzer,
Strasburg.
Gio that one season.
They had a couple good relievers some of those years.
Yeah.
Too. So it's just... Jason Worth was pretty decent.
He was. That 2012 team was stacked. Oh my god.
He was he was actually better than Jason Worth in F4 over the 17-year playing career, but he also played longer in those years than Jason Worth. Anyways, back to the point. It's just, he's Mr. National, employee number 11. His number is going to be retired, if not this year, next year.
Yep.
And no one's going to take it on the Nationals because everyone has immense respect for him. Even towards the end of his career, like, he could just be like cashed out and be like, yeah, I'll play, but like I'm not gonna do anything extra. But they brought over first baseman Josh Bell, and from the Pirates, and when they traded for him, the big narrative was like, if he can hit, he's gonna be good, but he can't play any defense at first. It's not gonna be like all his value is gonna come from hitting. And then there was a storyline, like only a couple people really talked about it, was pretty much every day during spring training after he came over. Zimmerman was out there at first base working with him, like teaching him how to play first. Because, he had transitioned over to first, and that was a big learning curve for him, too. And this year, Josh Bell was an above-average defensive first baseman. When, over his career, he was -3 outs above average every year, at least. And he was +4 this year. That's a massive jump. That's 7 outs above average that he added. And so, it's just... He's not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, just a really great player.
A really great player. Hall of Very Good is generally like that kind of player. But he's again, number is going to be retired.
Franchise legend.
He also just did so much for the community in DC.
Oh, yeah.
He has a charity that always helps a lot of people every year. And, he's done a lot for people and the fans. And, people saw the writing on the wall. His last game, he had a huge standing ovation.
So they took him out early.
Yeah.
So he could get that standing ovation.
So, he's still getting paid for 5 more years. It's in his contract. 5 years after he retires, he'll still be getting paid.
He could have kept playing, too.
I know.
He had a 900 OPS against lefties last year. He's just so good at baseball. And I'm sad to see him go.